All right. This is Dave, and let's get to it. So this is it, man. Powell talking at 10:15. Powell's going to overshadow everything. We have you have a few indicators coming out that are of interest. Trade balance, inventories, but as far as moving the market, we're going to look at Powell. We got a bunch of Feds speaking. Powell gets out of the way. We get that oil report out, and then I think we'll see some orderly trading and maybe a little expansion or some either to the downside or to the upside. But before that, I think we're just going to be in a phase of contraction. So let's get to the good news. BTC still holding, giving us a nice channel. You could trade the channel on the break one way or the other. Yeah, here's where things were looking positive on it. So yeah, that's it, man. Just watch the channel, break it one way or the other. It's going to move in the direction of the market. I'd be more apt to say it's going to be bearish than bullish. If I'm trading it, I'm going to trade it heavier on the bear side than I would on the bull side, just based on my bias. I love me some coffee. Yeah, watch that. And we'll jump right over to bonds. We'll just change it up a little bit. So look, really overextended, man. I still think it's bearish. Obviously, the Feds are coming out, so it might be doing a little push down. I'm gonna say bearish to neutral. I'm not shorting. Because it's run so much, and I'm just waiting on a bounce. And probably get a bounce to about 33 to 35 when we get that bounce. When I bounce. Yeah, which will bring interest rates down a little bit. Probably market will have its little bounce. So it'll probably all coincide. Looking at oil, you had a bear flag. It triggered overnight. And now it's rebounding. So you know what they say. It hasn't failed yet. It's got to break this high right here to fail. It's got to break the high of 78.92 to fail. So it could continue its downward move. So I'm neutral right now, bearish to neutral. Leaning more towards the bear side, but bearish to neutral. Just because it retraced today. If it didn't do that, then we'd obviously be looking at a bearish situation. RBOB. For those of you who buy gas. I mean, we still have this reverse micro trend on this downward move. And we talked about reverse microtrends. It's pretty reliable, but nonetheless, yet you have a little resistance right here. I mean, it could break that resistance. I mean, you watch it on this pennant, but I'm neutral on it. I don't have an opinion one way or another looking at that. And nat gas, for those of us who have to fill our tanks. Yeah, we got this flag that triggered yesterday, and we're kind of respecting it today. So I'd say I'm bearish on nat gas. Not a great setup, nothing I'm really looking to take, but I think we grind down a little more. Although, what do we got here? We got 10, 2. Yeah, we're probably looking at about 6 on the low, I'd have to say. Are we on the red box, think? Yep, that brings us over to the S&P. I mean, overall, you got to be bearish on the S&P. We got a flag that triggered. Looks a little whippy right now. I mean, we're in the downtrend. We've been running. We're actually testing a support from yesterday, or an older support. So that 55 area is the support that we're looking at. So looks like it did a last kiss on it. If it triggers, we got to get through 3,600. We break 3,600. I think it's an easy drop to 3,500. And again, I got that 3,300 on the table as my target for this downward move. So what do we miss? I'd say all the markets are relatively the same. And everything's kind of bearish. And to tell you the truth, I'm not going to roll through everything right now. Looking at Amazon, Apple, I'm just waiting on the bounce. Oh, you know what? We talked about, let's take a look at, open this up and just take a look at it. We're talking about Intel and AMD. I like to clock those and a couple other securities we're talking about. So stick around. All right, so Amazon's got a flag that it could trigger. Looks like we had a little bounce through the evening on everything, but we're still bearish on this Amazon. It's going to follow the market. Let's look at AMD. Oh, this is going to be the deciding factor. If the software is going to be slow like this, then all right, you know what? Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like. Join me at 9 o'clock, and we'll go through all of this and see what things look at. There's a few securities I'm looking at on the long term. AT&T, I like. Pays a nice dividends, getting cheap. I think we keep buying it cheap. I picked up a little bit at 15.75. I'm really not expecting to make money on this for a little bit, and I've only picked up maybe a quarter of the position that's my goal. So I'm going to keep trying to buy it at different points on the grind down. And obviously that's going to follow the S&P. You know, when I see the S&P hit its targets, I'm going to look at the behavior and decide if I pick up more of these securities. So, you know, we're looking, the next move on the S&P's got to be breaking that 600. Then I'll make a decision if I get into more T, or if I expect the market to move down again. So I'm looking at AT&T. I'm looking at the short on bonds. I'm feeling like TBT should come back, although it's really gotten away from me. I was trying to grab it up. It was at 29. I was trying to grab it up at 28.5. I just missed it, and now it's 32.65. A little bit pissed, but you know, that's life. I'm not going to jump on it right here. I'm still waiting. We're looking at bonds. We see bonds are extended, so they should pop back up. That should bring TBT down. So that's what I'm watching for. I'm trying to get back into TBT, or get more of TBT, and then T-Mobile. I like it. TMUS. Really overpriced right now, based on the multiples, but I'm clocking it and I'm trying to buy it cheap. I think I'm trying to buy it around 110. Got about 20-point drop to go. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I like to put away on this next pullback. A few other things I'm thinking about. I'll let you know. All right, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like. Join me at 11 o'clock, at 9 o'clock for a little day trading adventure. Remember, we got some rough markets here, so trade light, man. Trade light. Don't get yourself in a pinch. If you're feeling that anxiety, you're definitely trading way too much. So you know, you should be calm, cool, and at peace when you trade. And good luck with your trading.